Yo, people, welcome back to the Chelsea Breakdown live show. Very, very much looking forward to this. We've got a lot to talk about. We're going to get straight into it, people, because we don't have any time to waste. Welcome to Tobes. Welcome to Alexis. Welcome to Javon. Welcome to Don. And we will discuss this Chelsea 2, Newcastle 1. And there's a lot to discuss because not only in that game was it very busy, very hectic, but there was also other games around us kicking off, some results as well, some very difficult Sundays for some people to take in on the northern side of England. Do you know what I mean? Very, very difficult. Northern side of London as well. So, but let's get into it. Guys, the floor is yours. I mean, everybody's coming perked up. A lot of people want to do cooking. Javon's telling me we got to have a whole segment separate for something else, which I'm not really going to reveal just yet because it's a whole week away potentially. But we won 2-1. I want to start with Cole Palmer. I don't know if we can, if someone else has to take priority, but Cole Palmer today, that's who's in the title, purely because he is playing at a level now that is, I mean, everybody wanted to jump on his back outside of Chelsea, outside the walls of Chelsea last week. He had a quiet game for once. He was locked up for once, man marked throughout the game. Couldn't get into it. It happens. World-class players can still have quiet matches. You just ask Erling Haaland, right? But he responds today with a beautiful performance. Beautiful performance. This trademark touch that he has where he just receives the ball and the first touch is round the player and it just misses him by a few centimeters. He thinks he can get there, but he never can. Whether it's the David Silva-esque pass. That's right. You heard me correctly. David Silva-esque pass. Even his goal chalked off. He said, don't worry, I'll still get one. The guy is sensational. Tobes, bro, I'll start with you. What did we do to deserve this, brother, at our football club, man? Seriously.
That's a good question. They were bold. Look, if we're honest, they were bold in selling Mount. They were bold because
they were correct.
People, they were. But at the time, someone who was Champions League winner, Player of the Year, and they really stuck to that. They went, no, we're not having any of it. And you look at United and you think, I haven't seen him. 60 million with a year left. That's one of the worst bits of business the Premier League has seen at this stage. I mean, and they got Cole Palmer for 20 million less. It's absolutely nuts. But, mate, today, I love that he did that touch because it was basically, it felt like he said, oh, you thought the Forest one was a fluke?
Yes.
You guys thought it came off his leg? Yeah. Did you guys think that? Because I'll just do it again. I'll just stick it for his legs. That's fine. I'll just do that. And then I mean, look, it shows he's so much more than numbers because the first goal, he won't get any assist or goal for it, but the pass is like, do you remember, I think Cesc did it away at Watford for Costa. It was kind of like that, but it was different. But you know what I mean? I remember we broke away with a pass like that. And yeah, he can just do everything. And even the goal, I know Pope could do a bit better, but it's the fact there's only one thought in his mind. It's how do I get the ball in the goal? Whatever way of doing it, whether it's to someone else or it's never, I'll just keep the ball and we'll kind of pass back. It's like, nah, goal, let's go get a goal.
Just on that bit that you said about Pope, Tobes. Just on that bit that you said about Pope, yeah? Would you say Pope could do better, or would you say Palmer caught him off guard?
Bit of both. I would put it this way: if Sanchez lets one in like that, would we be okay with it?
No.
This week I was talking.
We should do better. Yeah.
This week I was talking to a few Newcastle fans, and they were telling me the same thing, that Pope is known for some bozo moments this season thus far. For Newcastle, so I was not expecting. I was expecting it. I was expecting a bozo moment. So
I thought the curse of Stamford Bridge, where opposing goalkeepers come to become Oliver Kahn prime, was going to occur today as well. So I don't expect no bozo moments from any goalkeepers that arrive playing for the opposition. I'll be honest.
Yeah, no,
it's class.
It's stupid how good he is. Stupid. And
is it bad that I expect it now? Like,
yeah,
when he does this stuff,
I don't think it is bad.
It's like,
you guys have,
when he played that pass, I was like, oh, and then I was like, yeah, but that's Palmer. Like, literally, I just moved on so quickly, and it's weird because we've normalized it.
I still like wax lyrical. I'll be honest.
Do you guys think he's better than? We have to. Mata those 2 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Would you go Palmer or Mata?
Wow.
Because he's like that, isn't it?
He is.
He does everything for us. It's just
because at that time, Mata was doing what Palmer's doing now.
Oh, mate, Mata for those 2 years.
The numbers, I think. Mata was unbelievable for us, bruv. Yeah. When Mourinho decided to sell him, I said, yo.
That was a dark day.
That one actually rattled me on a crazy one. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Alexis, you're gonna go next, take on your game, bro. Take on the game.
Man, I'm happy with the result, but I'm not happy with the performance. I don't want to be doom and gloom, but I also think, when we have events where we talk about performances and like we should have got more. I think we need to be realistic and hold it down a bit, because today could have been very ugly if Isak was not selfish. And I don't know why he gave Caicedo that opportunity once he rounded the goalkeeper. It could have been very ugly. It could have been 2-2, and we would have been moaning that we dropped points at home again. I think we got away with it. I didn't like how first half an hour, best team clearly. 15 minutes, we let them back into it. 15 minutes after the half, we looked great. Half an hour, they pammed us. And it's like, what are we doing here? We need to be better in the upcoming weeks, because Man United and Arsenal, I don't want L's. Like, genuinely.
It has to be W's. I mean, Man United are 14th. Manchester United have just lost to a West Ham team that was smoked by Tottenham, smoked by us, and they're already talking about Lopetegui, and he just arrived. That West Ham team, to my amazement, are so bad this season. So bad. And Man United lost to them. They didn't put their chances away in the first half. They lost to them. I know Javon's going to go on a madness later on, and I'm gonna leave that for later. But I just want to say, early doors this week, I'm going to be so bold with Manchester United previews. I've contemplated doing reviews for previews, putting score lines in titles. I am not taking the piss here. I expect this to be a absolute battering. That's how it has to be, bro. Because Man United are that bad. We need to not only beat them, our record there is so poor. We need to put them in their place, bro. Firmly. You just want to just grab them by the neck and just like, yo, you're that bad. Like,
you know them ones there. Let me even use this as a prop. You know the ones that when you got the headlock and you do that one.
Yes.
I want to do that one.
You know when you approach behind and you just in the back of the head.
You know that bald head in school. If you had a bald head in school, it's very similar to the Rashford's head shape, and it's bald. Bang!
Yeah, they know what I mean.
That's what it's gonna be.
We have to.
We need to beat him to the point where Ineos have no choice but to sack him.
Brother, funeral settings Sunday.
Genuinely,
funeral settings.
I want to be the reason he gets sacked. Like, I need him sacked.
Yeah, how have we not won there since Fergie? Like, everyone else has been having fun. Liverpool had their 5-0. City have had how many? Spurs beat them like 6-1. They beat them 3-0, and we never win there. So it's like, it feels like it's our time to go and put that final nail in the coffin.
Oh yeah,
I need it.
Because even like Frank Lampard's first game at Old Trafford, that game we lost 4-0. Yeah, but that was not no 4-0 game. Remember we hit the post, the bar, Tammy, like that's just what United have been doing to us. Even last year, I was saying we're going there. United right now are not playing well. They're scamming wins basically right now. Yeah, we need to go there and make sure we deal with them. And we made them look like a decent team because of Poch, right? Yeah. But now we've got a good manager and we've got better players, right? I don't care if it's Old Trafford. Old Trafford is a brothel these days and it's falling down. Yeah, we need to go there and collect. You know what I'm saying? We need to make sure that we leave and the sheets are wet. That's what we need to make sure, bro. Yeah, we need to make sure that we pan these, bro.
Next week, Old Trafford will be a dead man's ground. You me tell her? Old Trafford, I want to walk in and leave out, leaving there a cemetery. Dead man setting Sunday. No negotiation, no nothing. I want murder, badness meeting the next week.
Yeah.
Man.
Because as much as I agree with you, Alexis, that today we were towing the line, we could have scored more. Some of the decision making,
emotions.
The decision making was bad, and the ref as well.
Yeah, the ref didn't help. The ref was boiling my blood, and then that made me more nervous. And then
that hologram in goal for us does not help. Can we just get into him first? Because.
I don't even want to wait.
All right. Yeah, I think let's not wait, man. Let's just go straight to dessert.
Everyone needs the therapy.
Wait, Alexis, before you even go in on him, let me just read a few stats because people today the performance I saw because I was at the bridge, so I'm sitting behind in Matthew Harding lower, and I can literally see him in front of me, right? So the mistakes look even worse than what you see on TV because the bridge ain't big, when it's just giving the ball away into the midfield. I'm like, yo. Everyone around me, literally the whole stand around me, every time he was getting the ball today, we're like, yeah, we're gonna lose it. We're just sighing. Everyone was just sighing around me. We're gonna lose it. And I'm sorry, our defense today looked shaky, and he was a big reason. Yeah, because from minute one, he was fucking about and constantly giving the ball to a black and white shirt. Yeah, it's not kick clash. There's no color clash. Why are you not able to give the ball to a blue shirt, bro? Yeah, he sees Mudryk come on. He gives the ball to Mudryk in the air. The ball goes off the pitch, and he tries to blame Mudryk. He tried to blame Mudryk, right? Before you come on, Javon, hold on, bro. Let me read these stats because I'm fuming. I'm still thinking about it now. And today, I was uneasy the whole game. And he was the big reason. Yeah. So today, he had 20 out of 40 accurate passes. Yeah. He had 6 completed long balls out of 25 people. Out of 25 long balls, he completed 6. Right? Maresca has to drop this guy. I'm praying Jorgensen has a masterclass on Thursday where he cannot be dropped, bro.
Well, Wednesday. Do you think he'll play, though? Do you think he'll play against Newcastle away? Because he might not play.
He'll play. He has to play, but Jorgensen will play. But I keep telling you, lot, Jorgensen for me will help us play better because on the ball, he's a lot better than Sanchez, right? His shot stopping is good as well. We saw it the other day against what was it?
That's 5 minutes.
In the first few seconds, he made a very good save, right? And on the ball, like I said, he brings me at ease. Yeah. Last year when Petrovic came in, I was at ease. Even though he's not great on the ball, I was at ease a lot better than Sanchez. Sanchez is like I told you lot last time, he's the saboteur. He is there to just fuck things up for us, bro. That's the best way. And he was third choice for a reason because De Zerbi, we know De Zerbi likes ball playing keepers. And I told you lot already, De Zerbi wanted to buy Valles and he wanted to buy Jorgensen, who we have, because he wants ball playing keepers, right? Sanchez was third choice. He was third choice at Brighton and he came through their academy, bro. This guy needs to get dropped. I'm tired of him. He needs to get sold in the summer. I've given him time. Yes, his shot stopping is good. He's been good this year in terms of his shot stopping. But we know that we're always a minute away, a pass away from him just doing some fuckery on the ball, bro.
Well, Marvo in the chat saying that it's because potentially that the bad energy that Stamford Bridge is bringing. You were there. Is Stamford Bridge bad vibes, bad juju?
Bro, last week, it wasn't even bad vibes. It wasn't even bad vibes. It was bad vibes because of him. He's the one that started the bad vibes. He was the one that started the bad vibes because he's making everyone uneasy, bro. He's got to realize, yeah, Colwell and Fofana are still young and they're not overly experienced. We haven't got a leader back there right now. Even Reece James ain't really a leader. Like,
well, the manager come out and said we don't have any leaders, isn't it? That's what he said.
Exactly. So you, Sanchez, as an older guy, you've got to realize and say, yo, I've got to be relaxed from the back because it's going to relax the people in front of me. Yeah. If the centre backs know the keeper behind them is doing some fuckery, it's going to put them off their game. I'm seeing today because on TV you miss certain things. Palmer was moaning at Sanchez. And the same thing as Levi. Levi Colwell was moaning at Sanchez. Yeah? He was looking at him and saying, yo, bro, like, come on. And it's not the first time I've seen Palmer doing that either. Yeah? They don't rate this guy, bro. They don't rate him.
I actually think that's a good, like, really important point with the like psychology of it. Because it's not even just, it impacts our defenders and how they defend because they're worried. There's naturally that's there. It's like when you ever kick about with your mates, you know who's shit. You know who's shit, so you don't give them the ball. Or equally, if you're playing against mates and one of them is the shit mate on your team, on their team, you're aware of that. And Newcastle are aware of that. You get more confidence when you're sitting there going, this guy will give us chances. This guy will give us chances. Yeah. So it's like, it helps the opposition and it does not help in the slightest our defense. Like, he's a big impact. Even Rudiger and Christensen, etc., looked far worse pre-Mendy when they had Kepa behind them.
Yeah.
Far worse. I know Tuchel was a factor, but like, it breeds confidence. If you know your keeper's going to come for crosses, he's not going to be pissing around, he's safe, you feel you gain confidence in that, like, because you can trust people around you. There's no way they can trust him, like no way.
And not only that,
if you break it, if you Kavkas, go, I'll go after you.
But you know what really irritates me? We're in more danger when we have the ball than when we don't have the ball with him involved. Like, it's actually ridiculous. Like,
when it goes back,
25. You're meant, you know, when you're a ball playing keeper, you would assume that your ball playing is to a certain standard. He does everything. No, but this is what. No, but his PR tells me he is, isn't it? Like, anyone I talk to, they go, "You're being too harsh." This is the stuff that Petrovic would be getting cooked for. Yeah, 6 out of 25 long balls. And the worst thing is that little clip that he does, right? You know, switch and play. That's meant to be natural for a ball playing keeper. When you get 6 out of 25, in school, you're getting a U, bro. You're not even getting an E grade for this. That you're failing this exam religiously. And people say, oh, it's only one game. Stop being harsh. You're nitpicking. This happens every game. He literally gives the ball away 4 or 5 times. And you can tell the defenders are on shaky grounds with it. And
So
do we need to wait until it costs us for us to go, okay, now let's drop it?
Yeah.
But it cost us already.
It already does, yeah.
It cost us already when you look at
I don't like Maresca's comments, by the way. I don't like his comments. He said after the game, he said, the moment he stops doing what I tell him and not doing exactly what he's doing right now is the moment he gets dropped. Something along those lines. Bro, what's he doing right now that's not getting him dropped?
So here's the thing. Here's the thing with me, right? Because I watch the game a bit differently from everybody, right? Because if Maresca wants to go with this, he's going to die on that hill. Cool. We're not the manager. We can't change his thoughts. But here's my issue with it, right? Sanchez, when he has time on the ball today and last game and the game before, he's playing out from the back. He's not finding a teammate. That's my biggest issue. It's different if, when you're trying to do the quick counter-attack or if you see someone coming at you 100 miles an hour and you just boot it to the general direction of a player. We can give him a pass with that, right? When he's on the ball and it's calm, he can't even find the man in midfield that's supposed to receive it. 3 times today, I see him try to start a counter-attack. He goes to the Newcastle defender, and we're right back on the back foot with less people in defense because of Sanchez's mistake. Right? I know people are on here saying all kind of words or whatever, but the crux of the cracks is he's just not good enough at what he's supposed to be good at. That is the problem. No one is questioning his shot stopping. We're not even questioning his cross collecting ability to a certain extent. It's his biggest attribute that he's supposed to be there for. That is the issue. And that attribute shows flaws each and every single game. He kicked the ball to damn Cody Gakpo in the Liverpool game.
Yeah, Javon, even today, you make a good point because today, right, there was so many times I'm seeing Caicedo or Lavia, they show it in the hole. Palmer, Jackson. It's got to the point now where Sanchez ain't even trusting himself to do it because he feels like he's going to fuck up, right? He's losing his own confidence now because Jackson, at a certain point when Jackson was doing this, like play the ball. He didn't play to him on 2 separate occasions. And Jackson, I could see Jackson complaining to someone else. I can't remember who it was, yeah? But he was complaining. That's what I'm saying. The team right now are not happy with what he's doing, bro. Yeah? They're not happy with what he's doing from the back. It's affecting the team. It's not helping us play better. Alexis is spot on. I don't think we were great today. Yeah, I'm happy because we got over the line and the fact that we got 3 points, the fact that obviously Spurs dropped points, United dropped points. These United boys, Matisse, Saeed and that, they're getting a bit giddy, like, oh, we're only 3 points behind Chelsea and that. Bro, I'm not trying to look at you lot this year, so we needed to get 3 points. But I said in my preview, I want today to be a convincing performance. And to be real with you guys, it wasn't a convincing performance. Not overly convincing as much as I would have liked. In terms of our attack, we didn't really create much. Defensively, we were sloppy in parts. Again, majorly on Sanchez. Obviously, Reece James had a man of the match performance for me, right? But obviously, the goal that we scored was from very good build-up play in terms of the patterns and that. Neto was good on the left-hand side for me, right? And obviously, Palmer, moment of brilliance as well. But overall, I checked it, bro. We had 1 big chance. They had 2. They had more XG than
3 big chances. 3.
Yeah.
They had 3. Sorry, they had 3 big chances. Sorry, we had 1. Yeah, we had 1.6 something XG. They had about 1.8 something XG.
So we had 1.64. They had 1.92.
0.99.
Yeah.
So like, he was on the line. Do you know what I mean?
You know, so bro, like today, I wasn't really, apart from obviously Mudryk had a chance when he came on. He should have took it on his right foot. You had Nkunku, trying to make things happen in the box. It didn't really work.
Nkunku are rushing game. Nkunku is rushing the game. Do you remember Newcastle, Pope made an error passing out. Nkunku's on the ball. Square it to Mudryk. It's a simple pass to Mudryk. Why are you forcing the shot?
There was a time where I think was that the same moment he could have played it to Palmer, but then
exactly.
Yeah. Apologize.
He's trying to go himself. And then a second time it's 3v1. It's a Sterling situation again. Only thing is Nkunku pass, but because he's in his head and he's trying to try to get into the first team, he overcooks the pass to whoever is making. I think it's Reece James that was running alongside Palmer. He overcooks the pass to the right hand side and he went out for a goal.
Javon, but you know why though? Because he knows no matter what he does in these cup games, he's not starting over Jackson because of how the level Jackson's playing at right now.
That's what we got to talk about.
But to get into that, but to get over that, these cameos that you're quote unquote given, you have to make the right decision each time. So that way you have to force, but keep asking the question to the coach.
After that hat trick in the Conference League or whatever it was, but there was a performance that he put in. I think it was after the late winner against Bournemouth.
It was Barrow.
Yeah, Barrow as well. He put the ball in the back of net a few times. It was so definitive. It felt like that. A lot of people just felt he's just going to be the striker. And I keep saying he is not a striker. He is not a striker. When he played against Panathinaikos, he played in the front two of Felix, right? And I kid you not, sometimes Felix's mobility was even showing him up because Felix would drop deep. Then Felix would be running in behind him, being an outlet to win the header for Mudryk, and then on the end of it to put the ball in the back of the net. And in that phase, 1, 2, 3 phase, you didn't see Nkuku once. Nkuku is a great finisher, but that does not mean that he can be a great striker for Chelsea. There are so many facets and so many elements to the striker position that people do not respect and they do not show enough courtesy for. That I'm saying last year to rivals, Jackson's a good player. He's not a scrub. He's not a bum. He's got the link up. How many times today did Jackson receive the ball on the halfway line? He's getting the ball, he's turning, he's driving, and he's helping us create chances. And this is something
have a good game.
This is what he's consistently doing.
From the first few minutes, Matisse, I knew he was gonna have a good game, bro. From what you're saying there, the touches, bro, the little flicks. He loves that turn. He loves the turn. The turn. The thing is, he does that turn consistently. That's his bag, right? And finishing is getting a lot better. Even for the finish today, right? You might look at it on the eye and say it's a basic finish. Bro, he locked his foot. I kept asking for this guy. He needs to learn how to lock his foot because too many of his shots are loose. You know what I'm saying? They're like this.
Wobble ankle.
Wobbly ankles, bro. Like his ankles crumbling away. Right now, he's starting to actually lock his foot. And that shows me that Maresca's team are working with them individually and saying, yo, this is how you need to improve your finishing. Yeah? He's got 9 GA now in 9 appearances. Obviously, the goal got disallowed for Palmer. But again, that was more creativity for Palmer. He literally created that whole opportunity, bro, because he done a little thing with his leg. He turned, he played the pass. That's what I'm saying. His weight of pass is very underrated as well.
Yes.
The weight of pass is nice.
And that's why I don't want to move him from that 10 position. And don't want him out wide.
And the thing is with Jackson, the manager said in the press conference, people were asking, is it possible? I think it may have been Ray because she had a solo kind of press conference where she smashed. And she asked him, is he going to be able to play left wing with Nkuku up front?
Yeah.
And the manager was like, no, he's not playing on the wing. He's playing as a striker. If anything, it will be an Nkuku that's playing out on the wing or whatever, but he's playing up front. And the thing is with this guy is it doesn't mean that we don't need a new striker because we cannot rely on Gu. If Jackson was to get injured, same way when he went to AFCON last January, we would see the drop-off in that position quite evidently. There's games
Felix
where
will be playing.
He won't be involved.
Felix will be playing.
Thing is, I don't think Felix physically can play that role either. Do you know what I mean? We actually don't have a proper second choice striker. We got a lot of floaters, we got a lot of goal getters. But if Jackson was to go down injured, people would really appreciate just how good he is. His numbers this season are stupidly good because he's not taking penalties. Haaland's taking penalties. If we crunch these numbers, I know Don likes his stats. I might have to look into it. These numbers are real nice, you know. They're good numbers.
Bro, he scored the fifth. He scored the fifth most. Sorry, he's the fifth quickest to reach 20 goals. So number 1 was Costa. Number 2 is Palmer. Number 3 is Hasselbank. Number 4 is Mark Stein. And then you got Jackson, bro. So he's actually got to 20 goals, right? The 5th quickest for Chelsea.
Without another facet to Jackson. Yeah, I was on a playback stream today, and another facet to Jackson game that a lot of people were underrating is his strength. He looks kind of skinny, but he's so strong.
Super strong.
For him to have that level of hold-up play where every time he gets it, he's either holding off the defender or holding him on, flicks it and turn. You know how hard it is in this game to turn while receiving the ball and someone is breathing down your back. Pause. You know how difficult that is? For him to do that consistently against whatever level of opposition he plays against, you got to give it to him, man.
You don't even need stats to rate Jackson though. That is the thing about him. It's like last season we all saw it.
We don't need to do that. We don't need to.
He was clowned on so much last season. I kept thinking, what am I missing? Because I'm watching him and I enjoy him, and what 32 million in a market where Nunez goes for 80, Hairline goes for 70. He's half the price, double the player of these guys.
Yep.
Like he's a top quality
Bro,
player.
thank God.
And you know what's happened?
He failed that
This year.
medical to Bournemouth, bruv. Thank God he failed that medical, Alexis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was on the verge of joining Bournemouth, bruv.
Solanke
And you know what's interesting?
He would have benched Solanke.
For him, the game slowed down this year, and you can really tell the difference for him. Like, he's so much more composed in front of goal, whether it's the West Ham finish, whether it's the finish today. We saw him miss chances like that last year.
Yeah.
You know, where he's put it wide or he hits it straight at the keeper. When Pedro Neto crossed it, I had no doubt he was going to score. And you could actually see him calm himself down and just caress it in comfortably. Like, it's such a comfortable finish that could go wrong. We've seen Raheem Sterling mess those up consistently. There are strikers that give keepers opportunities to save those chances. We've genuinely, the directors, Palmer and Jackson, top business. Like, I'm gonna 70 million for two players that right now would be 80 million on the market.
So let me ask you guys a question. And I said this to Matisse last season, and at that point, I think he looked at me crazy, right? We got Jackson for a little bit over 30 million, right? When you look at the season in totality, this guy wasn't an out-and-out striker when he joined us, and for the price we got him for. Didn't you expect him to miss some of the chances he missed last season? Given that was his first, and exactly, that was my point last season. And I said, I understand that we do need a second striker or even a main striker, but that doesn't mean you can't develop what's there. For the price that we got, what you expect was going to happen? We're going to buy a $30 million. We're going to spend $30 million on a striker, and he comes in and bags 40 goals in the first season. Impossible.
And let me just put it this way: if we got Osimhen on the last day of the transfer window, as we were meant to, right, according to everyone else, and Osimhen got 6 in 9 non-penalties, the plaudits people would be doing right now. There would be carnivals, backflips. We've got the best striker in the league. Everything. But with Jackson, I said it today in a tweet, there's a different bar that he gets graded to. If he dropped the performance Isak dropped today, they would have been calling it a disaster class. But because it's not Isak, and because people actually watch him on a weekly basis, they hone in on his negativities, even though he's developing. It's his third year playing football. I don't think he's got 100 league games, let alone Premier League games to his name.
Listen, all these guys that these lot try to bring to the table for Action Jacko, Rasmus and that. Don't tell me about no Rasmus when it comes to Jackson. I don't want to hear that. Rasmus, and you got even Havertz. He's better than Havertz, bro. We upgraded. He is better than Havertz. He's better. He's a better player than Kai Havertz, bro. Yeah, and if he was at Arsenal right now, Jackson, he'll be starting for them. In fact,
he would.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Other than Haaland, I think he starts everywhere at this point. I really do. I think
he's better than Watkins and Isak. And that might be controversial to say. I genuinely wouldn't swap either one of them for him right now.
Isak is a better finisher.
I wouldn't swap. I wouldn't swap.
Yeah, but Isak is a better finisher, not better link-up play, not better work ethic off the ball, and their numbers aren't too dissimilar.
Last season when Jackson was developing, I was the first one to say Isak is just a better version of Jackson. Everyone looked at me crazy. You ain't laughing now, are you, blood? I'm talking you, Matisse. You ain't laughing now, are you, blood?
Listen,
Isak's a good player. Baby Jesus. Don't even link him to no. I don't want to hear you say that.
You can't even, bro. He's outgrown Jesus. We've moved on.
Yes.
I tried to be respectful about this, and they were laughing. So we've moved on. I said this to them weeks ago. Jesus don't even get minutes. He can't even be trusted. He can't even contribute to the team right now. We don't sit at that table anymore. We're not having these conversations. They've brought Nunez into the conversation. They've had Jesus. They've had so many different options and alternatives. We're not having these conversations because this player, when you watch him, he's like, people say, oh, well, if they had goal scoring wingers around, Havertz or around Jesus, they'd be so great. What do you think? What do you think Jackson would love? Do you think Jackson wouldn't love some goal scoring wingers either side? But he doesn't have that. He doesn't have that. So for me, and like was said earlier, the price we paid in comparison to all these 65, 70 million and upward strikers, we cannot have a comparison. Rasmus Højlund, double the price. Nunez, double the price. Havertz, double the price. Double, triple, quadruple the wages as well. Don't put our guy in your conversations. It's not the same. It's not the same.
But this is the thing.
And
He's
he's
not
signed a
blocking
9-year
us.
deal,
He's
give
not
him a
stopping us
12-year
from
deal.
signing someone else. If we wanted to sign Gyökeres, we could. He's not blocking a Gyökeres in terms of his.
This is the thing, though, Matisse. Like people were expecting a guy in his first year in the league to be perfect last season with a shocking structure, right? Because even though he was playing in that shocking structure, he was actually one of the players that was actually able to hold their own. That's why him and Palmer were able to link up quite well together, right? But you got to look at the fact that he's still developing as a player. He's getting used to the league, right? And his discipline for me has actually improved. This year, I'm not seeing him giving away unnecessary yellows, bro. Last year, my man was off the bench trying to celebrate with the team. You think you'd ever try to do that now with Maresca, bro? You think Maresca's going to allow him to jump off the bench and try to celebrate with the team after we've scored? Yeah? He just seems a little bit more mature. The fact that he's cut off his hair as well. Now he's going for the low cut. Yeah, don't come to the pitch with some candy floss in your hair, the blue shit in your hair, all that stuff. I don't want to see that no more. Yeah, you cut that fade, low fade, and you're down to business as if you want to go into the office. Because when you come to the bridge, that is the office, bro. Yeah, don't come with these funky hairstyles and that until later on in your career, bro. Because you're gonna make people watch you. You know what I mean? I'm so happy to watch his development, bro, because this is a player from pre-season. I could clearly see the ability, bro. Pre-season, he had a very good pre-season. Yeah, and
the first one when he scored,
nice goal,
right?
Where he like backheeled, didn't he?
Yeah, bro. He had a very good pre-season, and what happened last year was a lot of his goals, a lot of his assists were being overrun by all the misses because he was missing some mad chances. Remember against Man City in the semi-final? Yeah. Remember against Arsenal at the Emirates, right? Remember against Forest at home where he literally kicked it over the bar. So that's all people are gonna remember. They don't think about the rest of the game when he's scoring goals and that. Then come the end of the season, they're seeing, oh shit, he scored 14 goals. Oh, you know what I'm saying? This year he's gonna score more than 14 goals. He's sitting on how many?
Six already in the league.
We ain't even at Christmas. We ain't even at Christmas.
Yeah.
And can I just add? I'm so glad these guys like Palmer and Jackson are not stat padding in the Conference League. I'm so glad. I know some people want these guys to stat pad in the Conference League, but that Conference League is not for us. We don't belong there. I said it last season. That's why I almost didn't want to be in it. But now, with the squad size that we have, which obviously comes as a consequence to being in it in the first place and playing the Club World Cup 60+ games, fine. We go there, we win it. But when you watch other clubs in Europe, and I don't want to call on names because I feel like everybody knows who I'm talking about, who are sitting in 21st in their table, haven't got a win just yet. When teams like that are replacing you in the Europa League, it's very, very nasty. It's very disrespectful. When we enter the Europa League, we win it. 2 out of 2. This team, I know, can play in that competition and be one of the favorites. And they have to lower their level to play against these scrubber dubs. And you think I want to see... People have been saying, oh, why can't Cole Palmer come and stat pad? Why can't Jackson come and stat pad? No. Please. Rest. Play with the bubble wrap on the bench.
Anyway.
Yeah, bubble wrap on the bench and focus on the Premier League because that is where you're going to gain your respect. We don't need to see inflated figures in the Conference League. We just don't.
And another thing, I'm sick and tired of this notion. Oh, Chelsea have 2 teams. It's not fair. Other teams can't rotate. Eddie Howe came out with that nonsense. What's stopping your club from going and spending money?
No, and also,
sell a hotel. It's not hard.
Prior to this season, it was where are they all going to get changed?
Spot on, bro. Spot on.
Go on, Tobes.
I was just saying, prior to the season, they were all sitting there going, where are they going to get changed? 40, this is ridiculous. This can't work. And now it's, oh yeah, shit. No, they're actually, they've got quite a lot of good players, haven't they? Like, I quite like their backup front three. Like, that's how the tune's changing just because of the performances. But we were seeing that before. It's just that no one's really woke up to it. But yeah, like you talking about Jackson Palmer.
So here's the thing, though.
Just to bring 1 point before Javon goes on this squad size thing. I like having the 2 11s now. Because I'm not even if. I predicted 4th and I'm sticking with it. People talking about coefficient points for 5th. I don't give a shit about 5th. I want our destiny decided by us. When we make Champions League, this squad size is not going to run the same way because we don't rest for Champions League. You don't rotate for Champions League. That's going to be the difference. So it's fine now, but next season it might not be so fine. We might have to
cut by 2 or 3 though.
Yeah, cut by 2 or 3.
It won't even be a drastic cut.
Yeah, hopefully it shouldn't have to be too drastic, but it will have to be
Yeah.
tweaked a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially with Esteval there. We are all going to want to do more business because that's just the nature of the way that we live our lives in Chelsea fans. We breathe for transfers, right?
Yeah, I need a
That
goalkeeper, bro.
dopamine.
All I need is one goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I promise.
Okay.
I promise you. If they tell me you just get one goalkeeper,
Hmm.
don't worry. I'll find content in the summer to make. Do you know what I mean? I just want one goalkeeper that is proper and close that window. Genuinely, I'll be over the moon.
Yeah, because when it comes onto this, when it comes onto the squad size, I don't even think it's that big of a deal. Because guess what? Everybody's out there catching injuries. People are dropping like flies. And you know what I said to myself? It's karma. The last 3 seasons, who was the most injured club in Europe?
Facts.
Us.
Yeah.
But guess what? When people are out, so what did we decide to do? You know what? We don't know if this is a patch problem because we've had this issue pre-patch too. Don't forget. And we don't know, and we don't know if it's a medical issue problem. So here's what we're gonna have a backup for each position. They all called us crazy. You ain't calling us crazy now, are you? And on top of that, the point you made about the UCL next season, Matisse, I think it's probably 2 or 3 players maximum. Because guess what? The quality of game is going to be at a higher level than the Conference League. So if you're playing harder Sunday, Wednesday, or Saturday, Tuesday, you're bound to pick up more injuries because the level of quality game is going to be higher and more difficult. So we're going to rely on rotation with high quality players in the squad even more at that point. So I'm all for it. Keep the squad size how it's supposed to be.
I think.
By the way, Matisse, you said 4th. I'm looking at 3rd.
Oh, I knew somebody was going to get him up.
You know that North London thing, yeah? I've had enough of their nonsense. I've really had enough of their nonsense. The disrespect, best defense in the league, only conceded 1 less goal than us. Oh, our front three is amazing. Saka's the best player in the league. Okay, cool. We've scored more goals than you. We need to finish 3rd above them.
If we beat them, I would do horrible things to get a win over them. Beating Arsenal, I'm not even. That's not even a pause. I would genuinely.
No, he's not doing it. He's not pausing, bro. He's playing. Do you understand?
Yeah, exactly.
He's
Yeah,
he's playing.
And I win against Arsenal. That would be our biggest win since World Cup.
Nah, I don't want to give them that much credit. They've not won shit. I don't.
No, I know, but just mudding them.
I hear you.
But above them. Do you know what it is? The feeling of the last 2 years.
Do you know what it is with me? Yeah, I want to take this step by step. I don't want us to underplay how important this Newcastle game is. We haven't finished analysis this game, but Newcastle is very important on Wednesday because I want another trip to Wembley. I don't want us to go crashing out of the cup early. We got a big squad, right? So we need games. We don't want to have less games than we should have. We need games. These brothers like Felix and Nkuku, they need their minutes. They need their opportunities. They need their 5th round draw, their 6th round draw. The ball's coming out of the bowls. They need it. So we need to be there. We can't be out here getting knocked out of cups. And no, I need to be there.
You know what, Matisse,
we have to make a deep run because of the squad size.
Yeah,
you're right.
Felix said it as well. Did you hear it after the Panathinaikos game? He said, we all know some of us won't play on Sunday, but we'll be ready for Tuesday, even though the game's on Wednesday. But the fact that the matter is, they want this. The game's on Thursday.
No, the game's on Wednesday.
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 Yeah,
Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Yeah, Alex was telling me Thursday, brother.
Bro, you're getting too used to playing on Thursday with the Conference League. We need to get out of here. We need to get out of here.
No, thank God for that. Alexis, land your point, bro.
Bro, I just think we've got such good players that I like the fact that we play twice a week. We need to make sure, because when something goes wrong, I need 3 days for it to get right. I don't want to wait 7 days. I don't want it to fester.
Fair.
I don't need that build-up that we had last year where you lose and then you have to wait. Oh, we played on Saturday, but then we play next Sunday. It's 8 days. No. Let's have the game stick and fast, and then we just keep rattling off wins.
Bro, the good thing about it, like if you're gonna look at anything, because obviously there's a few Chelsea fans I was listening to, and that's a bit concerned about going away. But if you look at any team in the league that can manage the squad and have depth to actually go away and still put out performance, it's us, bro. Like, we've got a very deep squad, right? And Newcastle, I reckon they're going to make some changes as well. I highly doubt they're going to start the same 11.
Well, they've had a lot of injuries the last year or so as well. So like, they're going to be worried about that because they haven't had a good start in the league now.
Exactly. They made 5 changes today. You had the likes of Lloyd Kelly coming on, Willock. These are the sort of guys you'll probably see starting on Wednesday. I don't think you're going to see all the big guns and that starting like today. You know, Gordon, I don't know what happened to him. Is he injured or something? I don't know.
I heard it was
if Gordon's fit, maybe he'll play. But I agree. Everyone else will sort of go.
But yeah, I think it's going to be a mixed match of what we saw today, as well as a few people coming in. Like you definitely see Cucurella start, I reckon. You'll see Enzo start that game, I reckon. I don't think Lavia will play another 60 minutes. He's being managed well right now. Reece won't start, I don't think. So we're going to see changes, but bro,
Gusto will start.
Gusto will start. I think
Badiashile will start.
Yeah, I think Nkuku will start as well for this game. Mudryk might start for this game. And then keep them lot on the bench. Keep the rest of them on the bench, Tobes.
Yeah, I was going to say, but with Badiashile, because you just brought him playing, I was going to, because obviously we didn't talk between Thursday about the game so much, but like, I feel like against Anfield, he briefly came on, and the Panathinaikos game, Badiashile sort of looked like the first Badiashile we signed before Poch came in, and then we never saw him again. Yeah.
Bro, how can you have your studs on the ball with your hands on your hips and not make the bench the next game? That is crazy, bro. Crazy. That is wild. It's mad. Like, obviously, we know Chukwuemeka's not making it. Desassi's not making it. Chilwell's not making it. The journalists need to stop asking questions about star signs and Chilwell. Those are the two things. Don't ask them questions again. But not even finished. We ain't even finished on this game. Before we move on, Reece James at left back. Please, what was that,
bro? That was a shock to me. In my review, that I circled his little head in the thing to say I was not expecting this. But you know what? One thing I give him a pass for. Every time he got the ball, he simply did this. Oh, Madueke is making a run. There you go. Jackson's making a run. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, Neto, you wanted to run the corner? Hold that, my boy. Yo, these passes were on point.
3 out of 3 aerial duels as well.
Bro, physicality on point. Line clearing passes on point. Talking to people on point. Reece,
he was called out. And he responded. He played a full 90 minutes. He played a full fair play to him.
And that's what I always tell rivals. I had a conversation with one of my guys the other day, he's an Arsenal fan. Yeah, he was like, "Oh, Reece James is washed." I'm like, okay, in terms of injuries, you might say he's washed in terms of that. But his ability, when he actually plays, like last year when he played, there's certain games like when he got sent off against Newcastle, he was shit. But most of the time, Spurs, I remember Spurs away, he was good. Liverpool first game, he was very good. When he came on against Forest, he was good. Stupidly got himself sent off that game, I think it was, right? But overall, this guy's ability is not going away. Like, he's had a lot of injuries, but he still puts out very, very good performances. Like, to come in a big game like that at Anfield and to play the way he did, right? When he's been away for as long as he's been, it was very good, bro. And then today, like I've said, for me, man of the match, the clearance off the line, I think it was him. I couldn't see because I was on the other side.
Yeah, it was him.
Twice. Yeah. And then the second one, just before, I think it was at the 96th minute, it gets whipped in and he just heads it over the bar, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Over the bar. That was unbelievable.
There was a third one.
Colwell grabbed him, and hugged him.
That was mad.
There was a third one in the first. There was one in the first half where the shot was. I'm telling the velocity of the shot was next level from the Newcastle. Reece James just took it down in his chest, right in front of him. The ball was dead. I'm like, are you mad, bro? Yeah. Class is permanent, form is temporary. Remember
and you know what?
Yeah.
Credit to Maresca, because I expected Cucurella to start. I expected Reece James to go in at right back because Gusto's been struggling, and I expected Cucurella to play at left back because he was unbelievable in midweek. I am loving this resurgence of Cucurella. Because we paid a lot of money. It was like 62 M's or 55 plus add-ons getting to 62. That was an expensive signing. And I know the journalists and the media, they love Chilwell. He's one of their favorite, their darling boys. So you got to justify not having your darling boy in the plan, and you got to justify making Cucurella, the main left back, along with Renato Vega, who, again, I'm watching Lewis Hall today for the first time without PTSD. Yes, he gets an assist. Yes, he plays well. He does very well against Manueke. But he got an assist. He's still young. He's a teenager. But we got Renato Vega. I'm calm. I don't worry. I don't worry. This manager, and this is what he's got over Poch. You're learning things along the way. I love managers that teach you along the way. Like, I didn't expect ever to see the team he put out with Reece James kind of replacing Enzo as a deep lying playmaker. That's what it was. Reece James was Enzo Fernandez. And he said, right, we don't have Enzo because I'm going with Lavia and Caicedo, but I still want left, deep line playmaker, little clip, chip, switch passer. And he said, okay, Reece James, you do that. Like, it's just brilliant to watch. The contrast with Neto was good. Neto leaves that pitch with an assist.
He was good today.
Should have had a goal, hit the post.
He didn't finish off Noni's chances. The two Noni created for him. Go put that out there before we get to Noni.
Yeah, but you know what?
Noni started off well. Then he felt it off. He felt it off.
But you know what? He really knows how to use his pace. He's such an intelligent player. Like, he knows when to take his man on when there's enough space. And he gave Livramento a long day today. Like, there was one, he stopped him, and then he said, you know what, I'll just take you on. And then he hedged him off the ball, and he crossed it in, and we should have scored from it in the first half. Like, genuinely, he's really growing into that Chelsea shirt. Like, he started off slow, and what's been nice is we've managed him in. There's no pressure on him to, like, consistently deliver GNA. But I think, like, slowly but surely, he looks good. Yeah, he's very likable.
He reminds me of Jorginho. He reminds me of Jorginho, bro. The way they are off the pitch. He reminds me of Jorginho, man.
Well, he's like same Reece problem, like injury-wise. And we've managed him the same way, like minute-wise. I think everything's just been improved from last year before that, etc.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to stick up for Noni. Because the chat is cooking him. Like, and every week we always see, like, oh, he's selfish. He doesn't pass. When he doesn't shoot, people complain that he's passive. When he shoots, people complain that he's selfish. Like, which one is it? Because the reality is, for him to get numbers, he needs to let shots off. No one's got like 100% conversion rate. No one's going to have a 60% conversion rate. He needs to shoot and make that and threaten to shoot so that he gets a little bit more space.
So when it comes on to Noni, I was disappointed this game because I really and genuinely believe that he could have been more selfish. Like in the second half, there was a play where he picked up the ball, and I'm like, yo, this is your time to shine, my boy. Take him down the line. Just take him down the line and do what you do best. He recycles the ball. I'm like, okay, when I recycle position, cool. But that kept happening, right? It's like, I don't know if he picked up an injury. I don't know if someone said something to him, but it wasn't the Noni that I'm used to. The Noni that I'm used to picks up the ball, heads to the line, looks for a cross, or takes a shot, or whatever you guys want to call him selfish. That didn't happen at
That's
all.
What I'm saying. He started off like that, though.
Well, we've backed him in recent weeks because he takes on his man. You know, people have been critical about how selfish he is. Like, he'll take them on the inside or go on the outside. We've actually backed that. Today, I can't back it because, like you said, there was second half, the amount of times, there's one where Lewis Hall was out of position. Yeah. There was like a midfielder covering him. And it was so there for you knew not. If you don't know, you're like, he's going on the outside and he's going to beat him. He's going to beat him here. And he just sort of like slowly kind of recycled the move. Yeah, and I was just like, that's not you.
Here's the other side to that, right? There are plays today where I'm like, brilliant, Noni. You lay the pass off the Neto. Neto should have scored. There was a cross where
great cross great cross right.
Neto hit the post.
There was one before that where he put it in, but no one got up for the header, and he fell to Neto at the back post, and they recycled the play around the box again. The cross that he put in was the first cross. I'm like, okay, you got robbed of an assist. But then after that, nothing. I didn't see much shot. The one shot I saw from him was petered out, and the keeper collected it. So for me, if I'm being genuinely honest, he did not have a good game. He tried to create. He could have left with an assist, but it still wouldn't have been good enough for me from the attributes we know he could give us. Everyone, some of the Newcastle fans that I was speaking to was expecting Noni to roast their fullback. That did not happen, right? I was expecting the fullback to be on skates, and at least I could come here all shameless. Oh, my boy, roasted. No, that did not happen at all. And even when Neto went out there, Neto didn't even get much change from the right-hand side. Neto best.
But I think at that point, we really stopped. What I didn't like is the last half an hour, we stopped attacking. Like, everything was recycled. We're so threatening on the counter-attack. And what you kept on seeing is they almost were scared to counterattack just to not turn it into a basketball game so that they could manage it. The number of times, like, we would counterattack and then the player would pivot on it. Let's recycle the ball. Let's keep the ball. I get managing the game, but I just don't trust our defense and our goalkeeper enough.
Exactly. That's the key.
We're better in the other half.
Are we going to talk on Fofana? we got
before we get into that, Javon, you make a good point, Alexis, yeah, because I was looking at it, and like I said, the whole game I was uneasy. A big part of that was because of Sanchez, right? And I kept saying to Alex next to me, I said, bro, we need to bag another one ASAP. Because this scoreline, where our team is right now, Matisse, I just don't trust us to be like an Arsenal and sit back for half an hour and just try to get teams on a counter attack. Yes, we're good in terms of counter attacking, but we're very good on the ball as well. I want us to control the ball and at the same time still be able to be able to like counter press and counter attack teams, right? Today, like I've said, bro, like it was a bit shabby, innit? It was a bit shabby, but you're gonna get games at the end of the season.
But you've got to win these type of games, yeah. And this is the thing. Chelsea last season, they don't win this game. They drop points for sure. How many times last season we were winning a game and then it gets into that? Because we have to remember, Newcastle are a good team.
Yeah,
like they've got good players. You go through that starting 11 and they got good players. That midfield, Joe Linton, Bruno Guimaraes, and
the Gambler,
very expensive. The Gambler, that's a very expensive midfield in regards to how it's been put together. Bruno Guimaraes, if it's not last season, maybe the season before, I can't remember, but he was one of the season before they finished Champions League. He's one of the most sought after midfielders in the country. You know, Joe Linton has completely evolved as a player to the point where he's playing right side center. He's playing center back in the back three against City and still crashing the box. Massive player for them. And we know their fullbacks are from Cobham, so we know what we get with those guys. So no, they're still a good team. And for me, I just needed a win. I was so stressed coming into this fixture because I just knew it was the line that we just were towing.
Yeah, between
3 points off United, 3 points off Arsenal. That's the line we're towing. We need to make sure that we go the right way. You don't want to go the wrong way. And momentum's big in football. You get a poor result here and you go to Old Trafford, they could scumbag a result and that's a difficult game historically for us. And the next thing you know, it's Arsenal and it just keeps going and going and going. So this was massive. And now, after winning that, I'm confident of definitely beating United. And my only mindset is to beat Arsenal as well. I'm not looking for
United.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Go, Jamie.
Just quickly on the midfield conversation. Do you guys... I genuinely believe the reason why the game got like that is because we didn't have any form of control. We would dominate passing the ball, but we never managed the game at all. The game, it's between Fofana like a wild dog running around everywhere, and Sanchez just giving the ball back to the opposition. But within the midfield, I didn't think Caicedo or Lavia stood on the ball and kind of popped it around just to calm it down just a little before we went again. That was our biggest issue for me.
Lavia was poor today.
He did well for the second goal. He got a toe to the second goal to give it to Palmer, to be fair. But I thought Caicedo was really good. I thought Caicedo was really good. I just, like you said, I saw too much of Rob Sanchez on the ball. And I saw too much around the back with the ball because the closer the ball is to the proximity of Sanchez's goal, the closer it is to Chelsea putting one in their own net. That's just how it is. We need to play in the other half. And they could have recycled. Maybe in the midfield, they could have pushed it forward to the front line more, so they could have done that. But I don't know. I thought Caicedo was again sort of everywhere, breaking.
He was very good today.
Yeah,
Caicedo today was our best midfielder for sure.
The season is freakish. I feel like consistency-wise, Caicedo has been even when we
and their first goal came from Lavia lost the duel. Then he tried to win another duel and lost that one. Caicedo and Pedro Neto tried to win a duel, lost it, and all of a sudden they had the overload on the left-hand side.
Yeah, and for me, I would say Reece did have a great game, but Reece on that goal was he fell asleep.
In the last half,
it was a weird goal.
In the last, you know what really disappointed me, apart from Fofana, because I'll talk about Fofana. What really disappointed me today is, remember in the last half where some people could say, "Oh, Chelsea are hanging on," to the point. I was expected, and I don't know why, when that Enzo Fernandez substitution, I'm saying, okay, Enzo, come on and control the game. Try and drop into a position where the game has to flow through you and you can distribute the pass. Jesus Christ, man. Nothing, bro.
But that's the thing, though. That's the thing. I feel like, but the thing, I didn't look at today and say, oh, Enzo was giving the ball away or Enzo was sloppy off the ball. I thought Enzo actually came in and injected a bit of life into the midfield.
Yeah, but that's not what we needed at the time. We didn't need life. We need someone to come home and say, yo, calmer.
I know, David. What I'm saying is,
Enzo won 50% of his duels and won 50% of his tackles. Like, he genuinely, for once, he was tough.
He was tough. That's what I'm saying. He came on, and I was actually seeing him off the ball. That's what I'm saying. He's not gassed out. He's against tired legs, so he's actually got a little bit more of an advantage, right? But in terms of the control of the game, Newcastle were keeping the ball well, and every time we got the ball back, we're just giving it away. So he wasn't given the opportunity really to control the game. You got to look at how the game went. And for me, it's not like we was keeping the ball and Enzo came on and kept losing it. We wasn't keeping it anyway before he came on. And when he did come on, we were lacking control from the back, bro, from fucking Sanchez. That was the major problem today. The major problem today.
Back to Sanchez. All I'm saying, I'm expecting when Enzo comes on, we look for him in that first phase and we can slow the game down. The game was.
What did we say earlier? What did we say earlier about Sanchez? No, what did we say earlier about Sanchez? He's looking at the midfield and he's not doing it. He's not doing it.
He avoids playing those trickier passes because he knows I can't give it away. So, like, we literally, once we get a good goalkeeper that can actually distribute from the back, it's a game changer.
Because I can't wait. I actually cannot wait to have
avenues.
Bro, what did you not think
of? Do you know how good this side could be with just swap, I don't know, Martinez or whoever, like even if they're not distributing, specialists, just like a decent keeper.
Who's going to make that? Who's going to make that call? Because the manager, he's coming back to him quite publicly. The board have backed him. They brought him in his own goalkeeping coach. They've made him number one. They've brought in goalkeepers to supplement him or to be behind him in the pecking order. I don't know what's going on with Jorgensen, but I'm kind of hoping like a Mike Penders is the next Courtois, and he's just undeniable or something, because I need this guy replaced. I need
Jorgensen to get 5 games in a row just to see whether he's good enough or not. Because what I'm seeing so far is he looks okay.
I just don't know how he could work.
Yeah, well, Sanchez only got dropped last season because remember we played Wimbledon, I think. And I was like, oh, Petrovic might play. He played Sanchez again, Poch. The only time Sanchez got taken out of that team is when he got injured. And then Petrovic came in and actually was like, oh, okay, this is actually a decent guy. That's the only way. So I'm not wishing injury on the guy, but it's just, I'm tired of sticking by something that I cannot see how he can be a top goalkeeper for Chelsea. I've seen top goalkeepers.
He's a reverse Palmer. He's like, he has one good game and you're like, whoa, wow. How's that happened? It's like Palmer at Liverpool is his version of having a good game.
But anyway, we'll move on because we got to talk about Newcastle on Wednesday. Because I know people want to talk about Man United, but really Newcastle is the next game. And God forbid we don't get any injuries. We have a great bill of health right now. Everybody's well, fit, and it's beautiful. I've never seen anything like it. We haven't seen anything like this in years at Chelsea, but we do need to win that Newcastle game. People are flirting with the A team, B team. Do we make 11 changes and go back to the B team? Do we mix them up as the two? Who do you guys want to see come into this team for Wednesday?
The full B team.
No.
What?
The full B team, barring whoever partners Enzo.
Or the B team.
So you don't want to see Dewsbury Hall?
I don't necessarily want to see Dewsbury Hall or Casade. The only caveat...
We might have to play Caicedo, you know.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Caicedo, Enzo, and Felix. That's the 3 I want in midfield.
Yeah, because think about it. For the B team, Newcastle are going to make subs, right?
Yeah.
You're telling me you can't trust Badiashile and Disasi in one game?
No, I don't trust Disasi. We don't. I don't trust Disasi.
But we still got Kukurea around there that's gonna play. Vega around there that's gonna play. Jurgensen that everyone wants to see. Enzo, who didn't start today. Felix, Sancho, Mudryk. Remember, Sancho can't play against United, and then Kunku up front. That should be a good enough team to beat a rotated Newcastle.
So can I ask on Sancho? Because if Mudryk plays left wing, you're going to play Sancho right wing? Because that's where he played at Dortmund. We've not seen him a right wing for Chelsea.
You took my answer right out of my mouth. Where did he play at Dortmund when he had the best dribbles in the UCL semi-final? Right wing.
Right. He cooks on the right.
Or crazy thought for those who think I'm a Madueke lover, because I'm a love man, I'm a fuck man around here. Play Madueke. Play Madueke in the cup, rest him against United. There's multiple situations that you can have. So
Sancho be 90 minutes, bro. We can't play him
against United. Sancho not being able to play.
I don't want to see Neto on that pitch.
Not at all.
I don't want to see Neto on that pitch because that means it's 3 games in 6 days.
Yes.
No, thank
yes.
you.
Yeah.
No,
I would
thank
give
you.
it to RS.
Would it be encouraging if Sanchez actually did start?
Yeah, because that means he doesn't play.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is, in like, if he
Now you
starts,
say that. Now you
Nah,
say
it's
that.
not.
Yeah.
It's not. It depends on the rest of the lineup. But for
guys,
me,
we can dream.
no,
We can dream. We can dream.
I still don't want to see it.
I
Oh,
don't
and
know. I'm saying he starts because he's resting. You're like, you know what I mean? Like, he's now the backup. Like, what does that mean?
I gotta
does it
see
mean
it.
he's going?
No, but what it is,
does it mean?
what would be more realistic is Jorgensen, like I said, having a very good game, and now he says, "Do you know what?"
Yes.
And now I'm sticking with Jorgensen going forward, or like we'll see how he gets on the next few games because Sanchez has given him a reason to drop him again. You get what I'm saying? He's actually got a reason now to drop him, bro.
But
right?
if he said in the post match he wants him to keep doing it, he's not dropping him. He's happy with him.
He's not gonna drop him, bro.
No, he said he said something along the lines of if he stops doing what we
if he
expect
stops
of him,
passing, if he stops doing the passing, then I will drop him. I'm happy
exactly.
with him at the moment.
But
I'm reading that as I saw what you were doing today. It's not good enough. So if you carry on doing that, I will drop you. That's how I'm reading that.
I'm reading it the opposite way. As if you stop playing the difficult passes, I will drop you.
But
so you're not brave like you.
You got to execute those passes, though, Alexis. You got to execute those passes, though.
Thank you, Dan. I was gonna say, at what point do you watch the quality of those difficult passes? It's not about I see the pass, let me kick it there. No, the quality has to be good enough. The pass has to come off.
You have to have the end products, bro. If Jackson was consistently missing chances we're creating for him, would be calling for his neck and you would get dropped. And rightly so.
Just to add context, Eddie Howe's quote after the game on whether he'll be able to make changes for the Carabao Cup game, we're probably not in the position where we can make as many as we would like. We'll try and make the right decisions for the game, and we want to try and go as far as we can. I don't know if they're going to make wholesale changes. Newcastle fans, if there's one thing keeping him in that job is if he can get to another final like he did in his first season. Newcastle fans desperately want to win a trophy. I don't think.
Who don't you lot think will start for them then? Do you think they'll go over the same midfield?
I think it'll be 5 or 6 from there.
They're not. Remember, Newcastle are not in Europe. Newcastle are not in Europe this season. They're not playing Europa League. They're not playing Conference League. So I don't want to assume that Newcastle are going to weaken their team. They don't, and then we make too many changes because from a name standpoint and from potentially a quality standpoint, but they've only done it in Conference League, so it's kind of up in the air whether they could do it against Premier League opposition. This team can be very rusty because they don't play maybe together or they haven't got the chemistry or whatever. That will run out as an excuse as the Conference Leagues go on, as the games go on. But I don't need us to go rusty in the first 10, 15 at St. James's Park, concede, be 1-0 down, and then we're all scrambling like, oh shit, how do we get back into this game? And then the Geordies are on us, the crowd's up, it's a night game. There's a lot of, this is not the Premier League game that you think it is. It's a different game.
But this is a game.
Yeah, because
it's a different game. I'm telling you, at home, they're going to want revenge.
Would you lot be happy with this?
Revenge.
Would you lot be happy with this? Jurgensen in goal, Gusto, Tosin, Badiashile, Cucurella, Caicedo, Enzo, Felix, Nkunku, Sancho, and Mudryk. Would you be happy with that? So
yeah, I would
changes.
I'd quite literally pick that.
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
Honestly,
I know we want to win.
The thing is,
Nkunku up front against Newcastle at St. James' Park.
He has to get game time somewhere, bro.
Mate,
I need wins. I don't give a shit about nobody's game time.
Dan Burn looks like their Robert Sanchez. I'm not worried about if Nkunku can get some change out of him. He was on ice skates. And he's got to play 3 days later. Dan Burn.
And to be fair, if Nkunku had his normal level of composure and proper decision making today, could have walked away with a goal and an assist.
To be fair, he should have had a penalty today.
I want to see
that wasn't a pen. That wasn't a pen.
That was not a pen, bro.
That was so soft. I was literally sitting watching it right there next to me. Yeah, I said, no, that is not a penalty. When he got called, I was like, okay, cool. But if that happened to us, we're fuming, bro. We are fuming because Dan Burn used his body well. Nkunku chopped it far from his body, bro. It wasn't a penalty for me, innit? But how I kind of look at this game, boys, it's very similar to Liverpool away. Obviously, when we went to Greece as well the other day, we were very professional in the way of silencing the crowd, right? Because there's intangibles in this game about silencing the crowd. Because last year we went to Newcastle away and we got battered 4-1, right? So we need to make sure that we actually control the game, yeah? Today we didn't really control the game much. We had more possession, yes, but I've seen us play better than that, bro, in terms of keeping the ball, the little triangles, the way we pop it about. We've got to do that against Newcastle, quieten them and then we go from there. Because right now, as a team, their fans and obviously their squad, they're low on confidence, man. Yeah, they're low on confidence. We got to go over there. We can smell blood right now. We got to beat them twice in a week.
So do
you know we gave him confidence,
control, or do you worry about Enzo physicality versus Joe Linton, Talani, and Guimaraes?
Now, this is what I was going to ask you about the setup.
I don't think
Cucurella
Cucurella will be on the pitch, so he's playing 6, 8, 10, left back, right back,
everywhere.
So would you guys go with the same 3-3-4? Enzo in the register, Cucurella, Caicedo either side, and then Renato Vega behind. I would like that, you know. I like what we did.
None of us said Vega for the start.
I've got to see Vega, bro.
I said Vega.
Justin, leave Disasi out of this because the pace. If Gordon plays, I don't want to see Disasi on the flanks.
Max. I don't want to see him.
Or even Harvey Barnes for that matter.
But the thing is, now we've got 2 right backs because Reece is back, so Gusto will play.
He might not because he started this game.
But they took him. He took him off for 60, 70 minutes.
But
he might not because he started him now in consecutive Premier League games. So,
but do you think now
Also,
this Reece James left back is a normal thing?
Nah,
do you think we're going to be seeing
with this manager? I can't guess nothing.
Yeah,
I can't guess it. I do a preview talking about one thing. This brother goes and does the complete opposite.
I really hope not, because for the first time in Chelsea's history, we have a fully foot pairing of right backs. For the love of God, Maresca, please don't be one of those coaches that like to use players out of position just because they can do a job for you. Please.
Also, Cucurella's great.
Yeah, I like Cucurella.
He is great. He is great. But that pass that Reece James was playing, Cucurella's not playing them passes. So that was an element. That was an extra attribute that we were bringing to our team. And that surprised Newcastle. The element of shock. They're probably thinking, right, we didn't think we'd have to defend Reece James long range passes from this position. Everybody thought Reece James would play right side. And I get not getting really heavily on. Listen, we know Reece James could play right back and swing in some great crosses. Yeah, we in the same time need to commit numbers to the box, and then we need to be better aerially as well. And Neto did get into the box. Mudryk got into the box on Thursday. Sancho, if he plays left wing, he hasn't been getting into the box.
Did anyone remember Tosin?
No.
Did anyone remember Tosin?
No, but I said he was.
I remember that, brother. Yeah, I remember that.
I said he was going to. I think it's going to be him and Badiashile because you heard what Maresca said in the press conference about Tosin as well. He views him as one of the leaders in this team. Like he named him multiple times now about his leadership capabilities. So stuff like that's important for these managers. Like it's the stuff that we don't notice because we're not in and around the team usually. Like it. So
and just if Caicedo doesn't start, because I was thinking if Caicedo doesn't start, do you guys think he would start Vega in there? I don't see him doing the Enzo one pivot. Not
I don't
for
want to see Vega in the midfield. You know, I really like him at left back and centre back at the moment.
Yeah, Vega.
But
when
Cucurella starts as a midfielder.
But Cucurella midfield is cooking, bro.
Yeah, it's cooking. He's our best
Cucurella in the 10.
Yeah,
he was so far up against Panathinaikos.
He was pressing up right wing, bro.
Yeah, I was thinking like him and Nkunku had switched. It was
bro. Cucurella is a mad. I want Cucurella unleashed to
just let him go.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying it.
Do you not see Cucurella becoming like an Aspie figure for us? Someone that came in, wasn't that highly rated, and then just slowly 7 out of 10's consistency, ends up being at the club for years. He's vocal.
Hope so.
Yeah, like because he's likable as well. Like,
listen, when City nearly bought this guy, I was jealous, bro. Yeah, I was jealous. Right? Our creativity came from Reece James and Chilwell. If you go check who created more chances than them at the time, it was him. Yeah, people say Cucurella doesn't like to bomb up and that. I was watching him bombing up under Potter, bro. Getting creating some good chances for them, whipping in chances and that. When Pep nearly landed him, I said, yo, this is going to be a good signing for them because technically in build-up, he's very good. And again, offensively, he's got that final pass as well. His end product is good as well. One thing I like about him, he just gets it and he just plays what he sees. He doesn't hesitate. He just punches it straight in.
Yeah, great.
Straight away. So essentially, we could have a solid backline. Maybe Gusto, Tosin, Badiashile, and Vega on the left. And right there, you got, Cucu, Enzo, and Felix in the 10.
But you lot are saying Scott Cucurella in the midfield. Is that what you lot are saying?
I mean, right?
So.
Look at my teeth.
No. Listen. No.
The thing is, you can see either though.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird when he's at left back, but then he's getting into midfield. It's fine. When he's starting in midfield, that's different. That's
Exactly.
a bit odd.
Different.
Rotate
But
him and Vega.
another thing I don't want to rule out is he might not play Felix at St. James's Park, a very physical, tough place to go. He might play Dewsbury Hall instead. And remember, Dewsbury Hall used to play higher up. So don't rule it out.
No,
Like,
now
I know
we have
you-
problems.
So you're telling
Now
us,
we
I
have
know we're used to
problems.
the pivot, brother. But Dewsbury Hall, he might play him a little bit higher up.
but what you're
So,
saying no to me
as an
is,
8. He might play him as an 8. You got
But-
you know, it depends.
But,
It depends.
but what you're saying no to me is Joao Felix 2 games 0 starts, possibly 0 minutes.
Do you know,
Especially
you know
the
what
way
it
you've
is
been
for me, bro? Do you
performing.
know what it's for me? This team cannot get into a position where they feel like they cannot physically play on a Sunday, on a Wednesday, and on a Sunday again. Right? That's normal. Next season, when we're in the Champions League, you're going to have to do that. Yes, we can rotate against whoever we play that are like one of the bottom
Bodo
teams. But
Glimt.
Arsenal have had
boys.
young boys, right? Arsenal had Liverpool today. They have Inter Milan. Then they have Newcastle. When you get those lineups, yeah, RB Leipzig in between Chelsea and Arsenal. When you get those weeks, you're gonna have to play 3 games. I'm not resting and rotating in those big games against those big teams. So you're gonna have to get ready to play 3 times in 1 week. It's not out of the question. Now, it's great that we don't have to do it every week and we got options, but some weeks you got to do it. And in a week where we play Newcastle, Man United, I'm very happy to say that's one of those weeks. B team,
So what?
slow your roll. Noah's Ark is there for you next Thursday. Yeah, but this week,
So wait,
this
you
week is
saying
a
you
serious
start
week,
Jackson and Palmer.
brother. If the manager starts Jackson and Palmer, I'm down. I want to win this
Yes.
game badly. I'm
This
down,
is
bro.
Wednesday.
I'm down. Try and win the game early, 60 minutes, and then maybe you can bring in Felix and whatnot. I don't mind. It could go either way. I'm kind of happy either way, but I'm very serious about this fixture. I don't want to get away because if we go out, I'm gonna be gutted, bro. Gutted.
Same.
No, 100%.
Right now,
100%. It's
Right
a
now?
trophy we can win. This is a trophy we can win, bro. You know, we
Yeah,
got to the final last year.
I understand. But with our squad quality, for me, all eyes on Sunday. Listen,
Yeah, you're
If-
it's hunting season.
wrap
over there,
these
innit?
starting 11 players.
It's hunting
It's cut
season
the
over there,
wool.
innit?
Bro, but murder me thing there for Sunday. Wrap
Okay,
these
I've got a
players-
question
wrap
for you
these-
then. Because I know Matisse needs to go to the airport quickly.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap up soon. I'm gonna read out
Yeah.
a couple of comments.
I've got
Go on.
one quick question. For Sunday,
Yeah.
what would be your starting lineups?
Oh yeah, because we ain't gonna talk till next Sunday when it's all said and
Yeah,
done.
because if we're not rotating, do you want Palmer going in, for example, 3 games in 1 week, Jackson going in 3 games in 1 week, and then we hear, oh, they were a little bit tired, they were
Exactly.
fatigued. I don't want to do that.
Wrap
And
them
then
in
God
cotton
forbid-
wool.
God
I want
forbid
them
one of them
fresh
picks
and
up a
ready
little
to
nut.
They shouldn't be
Absolutely.
tired. They shouldn't be tired. That's my
Listen,
my response.
listen.
Shouldn't be tired.
No,
I'd rather bring them off the bench. I want to keep the big guns on the bench and then
Okay.
you bring
Same.
them on if the game's not going that way. Or obviously, if you need to bring them on, you bring them on, kind of thing, innit? But
Mm.
This
I
is
think
one
you
of
guys
those
will
where-
make changes. I think they'll make
This is
changes.
one
some
of-
changes.
You need to put your arm around Tariq and say, listen, Tariq, you're not on the bench on this one. You're not going to Newcastle. Like, we're going to play Noah next week. That's when you're going to get your cameo. I don't want to see no youngsters. This I know it's not
Yeah,
popular.
Castle, it's not
Oh,
the
yeah,
time for
business.
Castle, though.
You're not
It's
trying to
the
see
time for
Action
Castle,
Pong and
though.
them, man.
Nah,
Nah,
hey, listen,
well,
I'm
Well,
not ch-
we might need to convince him, so maybe just give him a couple minutes.
You know what I'm saying? They're not allowed in a staff room for this one, bruv. This is a cold man business. bruv.
Ah.
Big people
It's not
conversation.
bring
Big
your
people
kids to work day. You
conversation.
know what I mean? It's not bring your kids to work day, man. It's hit the
Listen.
bricks. Can I ask actually, just to close, because I'm gonna go through super chats and we're gonna wrap up. But how did everybody feel about the Acheampong situation here? Because we haven't spoken about that.
Man, the game's the game. You know what I mean? The game's the game. End of the day, you know, he's going into his last year of the contract. We don't want to lose him on a free. And obviously, he's got a decision to make. It's either we get rid of you now, where we can hopefully get something, I don't know, at some point, right? Or you sign a contract, bro. And right now, it seems like both camps are positive, are moving towards
But some of
finding an agreement.
One of the academy kids on the bench in the Thursday game, his contract's running out as well in this season. So I don't really know what the rules are.
No, but you know what the annoying thing in this situation is? It's getting really blown out of like perspective from a lot of emotional fans, and it's like, oh, the club doesn't care. We don't know what's being asked. What if Acheampong's camps are asking for something that's maybe not realistic? You know, and it sets a precedent of future youngsters are going to ask for that kind of contract. So genuinely, if he moves on, he moves on. I don't think it's that deep. Genuine.
Yeah,
I think you can't. Not everyone is meant to be breaking through at Chelsea. If everyone breaks through at Chelsea, we have a problem. It means we're not competitive. Like Reece James and Levi Colwell's are meant to be few and far between, in my opinion.
No, but Alexis, we've showed that we believe in his quality because we've offered him a new deal. Right now, it's up to him to believe in himself because obviously he's looking at it and saying, "Yo, Gusto's there, Reece is there. They're blocking my path." But me, I'll be looking at it if I was in his shoes, bro. Reece James is a wafer. Like he's gonna break down again, bro. Listen,
you would think like that. You would.
Brother, please let me be deluded. Please let me be deluded.
Thinking, bro.
When you were doing up title talk, we did let you go with it. But let me do with the Reece James fully fit talk now. Reece James will be there. He will be there. Week in, week out. He's been asked. New medical team, new regime, captain, fantastic. We'll be there week in, week out. We will look after you and we will bless you. Do you know what I'm saying, brother? Please.
I hope you're right.
And so will Wesley Fofana, by the way. And so will Fofana. When he went down today, my heart stopped. I swear to God, I was panicking.
Fofana drove me nuts. The man that everywhere till the man dash where he need him, brother. The man destroyed his own knees, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah, he was bad. I was watching him off the ball. Yeah, he was limping a bit. I think today he put in a warrior performance. Yeah, because he was not 100%.
Yeah, well, he had more tape on it. He had more tape on his knee second half as well.
Yeah, so for me,
he was hurt.
I just need him to calm down just a bit. Just turn it down just a bit because I like him getting stuck in, but when he overdoes it, he's breaking himself apart. He's destroying himself. Sometimes you don't need to be that aggressive. You know, just turn it.
It's like Jack Wilshere back in the day. He used to go into challenges he didn't need to go into.
Yeah, and he gets himself injured. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, but man,
one of his legs didn't want to be in the tackle, and one of his legs did. That's how I saw it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hope we keep him in it because I like him. I like what I've seen in the academy and whatnot. He hasn't really looked convincing when he's played in the first team. Even in preseason, he didn't look great. Right? It looks off of it a little bit. He needs to develop a bit more. Maybe he'll go out on loan and whatnot. But we've done what we need to do, bro. Like I like this regime now of not trying to let these guys get to the end of their contract, Tobes. You know what I mean? You can come into it, bro.
Yeah, mate. I was literally about to say the same in terms of like, I think them coming in when they originally took over the club and watching Christensen was probably 40 million walk out the club free. Yeah. Rudiger was probably 70, 80 million walk out the club free. Like they're looking at those as assets, thinking, how did you get to there? Regardless of sanctions, how was that ever a possibility that they were walking away for free, 100+ million worth in assets? So they're assessing. That's why it makes them out when that's a big part of it. They had 1 year left on his deal. They go, right, we're going to get rid of you because we're not going to lose you for free. They're not doing that. So the positive thing with Acheampong, as much as you want a young talented player to flourish at Chelsea and stay at Chelsea, they're not allowing us to get put in a position now that we lose these big talents for nothing. So.
Asset management from the consortium. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. Listen, Matisse, how do you think we keep spending money, bro? Like these lot right now, they think about the profit, they think about the business, they think about bringing all the money in. Bro, we've got smart people, right? Because this year we spent a lot of money and we're not even in the red zone. We're in the green zone with how much money we brought in as well, right? People always look at Chelsea and say, how do you lot spend all this money?
Yeah, it's great.
All right, but I don't want to have to do no more PSR deals next year.
No, of course not, bro. Listen, them PSR deals and that, yeah. Listen, you're gonna eventually run out of it, like the hotels and that. We can't be doing that every single year. We had to do it to get out of the little mess that we made for ourselves.
Sometimes we sell the women's team, sometimes we sell the hotel. Next week we start selling.
Sell the shed. The shed wall.
Next. You know what I mean? Marina was even there today. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh, that was nasty. She was with the fans. They didn't even give her
like this.
They didn't even give her a corporate ticket. That's naughty, bro.
You know, trying to ask for Sal and these lot there. You know what I'm saying? We've moved that shocking transfer.
Sal, oh my god.
Bro, let's not.
Wait, by the way, I don't know a lot about Josh Acheampong, right? How highly rated is Josh Acheampong? Like, is he meant to be Levi Colwell standard? Is he meant to be Gallagher standard? Like, how good is this kid?
Closer to Colwell standard, from what I hear.
Okay.
Like, I don't make a fuss about anyone. I don't even really make a fuss too much about Acheampong, to be honest, right now, because I understand his side. We have two right backs. We have Gusto and we have Reece James. If I'm coming through the ranks and I'm seeing how long their contracts are, how young they are, how good they are, it's not about not backing myself. It's just about being clever. Like, why
and
would
their
I?
roles
Why
in
would
the
I?
team.
Well, it's like
And their roles, and it's like I could go to Liverpool, replace Trent, and take Conor Bradley out immediately,
Damn.
like in 6 months, and be like, "Yo, move out the way, big man." Do you know what I mean? I'm the
Snatch his
starter.
chain.
I'm the starter for Liverpool in 6 months next season, and I'm talking to the England team too. So it's just about being clever.
well, today was case in point with Newcastle. Like Livramento bet on himself. He looked at it. He went, "Oh, Reece is ahead of me." Dave was at the club at the time and went, "Yeah, I'll go Southampton and I'll do well enough that I can get a good move." And he's done all right at Newcastle, but he wouldn't start for us.
No,
Even like now. So yeah, I don't know. It depends how much they rate themselves, really, doesn't it?
Cha-ching pong. Sell this man. Let him go be great somewhere else.
let me read you some super chats. Jackson gets disrespected because he's African, says Asid. He's one of the super chats. Mizzy Moore says, saw the game live, more impressed than most. Jackson is the way forward. Gusto was great. Okay.
Gusto needs to fucking stop shooting. That's what he needs to
do. Mate. He puts him always over the bar, and you're like, you've never scored in your career. I would like you, but just stop shooting.
On his week before as well, Tobes. I don't mind if you do it on your right foot.
It was like Palmer was on his left, Jackson was on his right, and he went, "Nah, fuck it, my left foot's scoring from 25 yards."
Yeah,
it's not even.
It's crazy, but
always over the bar, bruv. It's always over the bar.
It's not even when Rudiger was
today. It's because he leans back. He leans back.
It's not even when Rudiger was trying to get that long shot and he eventually scored. Where he's kind of on target.
He ain't got that Reece. He ain't got that Reece.
That was such a waste though. That Brentford game. We waited about 5 years for Rudiger to land one, and we get back.
We didn't even win. Yeah, we didn't even win.
No, we got battered.
Let me fly through these though. This one says, it's crazy but true. Nico is second best striker in the league. I've seen some people saying that. I'm not really involved. Like, I'm very happy with Nico's development, but let's get the 20-goal season wrapped up first, and then we go from there. We are
for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I think you can do it. We are a top keeper and a centre back away from challenging. Someone else says Enzo's poor athletically, positionally, aerially. He can't dictate games whatsoever. He isn't Jorginho, and his passing is nowhere near the mad hype. Okay, damn.
That's cute.
That's scathing. Damn. He said, what are you here for? Really? That's basically
exactly.
Well, speaking of midfielders, just the last point. Andre Santos, I think, scored 2 goals today.
My boy.
Integrate him immediately into my club.
You know what I'm live?
And a new deal, please. Like,
yes,
I
facts.
I
don't want to see this brother playing for someone else.
Actually, he's on a long-term deal, right? It expires in
do it again. Do it again.
He's on 6. Listen, he's got a baby on the way. He's on 6K a week. I need him to get a pay rise. Right? He's got a baby on the way.
And that's right there.
He's gonna stay, man. Leslie, I'm seeing right now is not even starting games for Southampton, bro.
He's in trouble. He's in trouble, bro, because he's not.
That's looking like Gilmore to Norwich sort of vibe.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
Or Santos to the Forest as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? If people didn't want to play him either. But honestly, Santos, I'm seeing a stat as well. Yeah, he's won the most duels in the whole of the league right now.
Bro.
You remember?
Let me say something, and this might sound wild, but he can start next season for us. I believe in him that much.
He can.
I watched him in that first preseason with a keen eye. That guy was dictating from people talking about, Enzo doesn't dictate enough. All right, cool. That guy was dictating in that first preseason. He was playing in that Jorginho role, popping the ball up and down and around. And then on top of that, he's the only one out of the other 3 midfielders we have. He's the biggest goal threat out of everyone in our midfield right now.
Yeah.
He can get goals, bro.
Yeah.
Do you guys know the true development of what happened to William Saliba? It's a similar situation in his position where Arsenal sent him to Olympique Marseille on loan. It's similar to what's happening to Santos now. Put him on loan in the French league. He's balling. So when he comes back, he's gonna be colossal for us. Believe it or not.
I think he was even ready to be in the squad already for me, Javon. Like last year, that preseason that Matisse is referring to with Poch when Poch first came. Yeah, for me, Santos was top 2 performers that preseason. He had a better preseason than Gallagher, but we started to build our team around Gallagher, bro. Right, and when he got sent out on loan, I was annoyed because I was like, bro, like. We could do with him. We could actually do with him. Like Leslie came in, Poch had this obsession about height, so he decided to keep him. And for me, when I watched Leslie and Santos, I can see that Santos is at a different level in comparison to Leslie. Slightly, but it's at a better level for me. You know what I mean? So next season, bro, like He has to start, not start. Well, he has to be in the squad for sure, bro.
Yeah.
100%.
You know what needs to happen?
He
He needs to continue putting these numbers on the board. And what he needs to do is, because he's going to break into that Brazil squad and get caps.
Yeah.
The minute he does that, his reputation is going to jump up. And
You know he's played for them already.
Ownership.
He played with Casemiro.
Yeah, he played at one point, but then he hasn't had I think he had one cap, and then he hasn't been called up for like 8
He hasn't been called up.
He hasn't been called up.
But now, like the Brazilian newspapers are saying, he's going to get called up for this international break.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to make it that Chelsea can't sell him.
Bro, sell KDH.
Basically,
It's not about sell KDH. Get rid of that scrub.
That deal every week looks worse. Every week that deal looks worse. That KDH deal, I hate with a passion. Genuinely.
What's with KDH, man?
I kind of thought Panathinaikos, I actually thought it was okay. But this is just
there's no
quite rogue one.
When I say scrub, I mean in the sense that we didn't technically need him. I don't mean he's a horrible player.
Because the man attacking midfielders, Carney and them, look, okay, I get that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I didn't mean like his quality. It's just, we just didn't need him.
One thing I think we will need a backup striker in the future, because I think Matisse touched that earlier with Nkunku's not really a striker.
Hugh's not ready.
This weekend, just to throw this name out there, because John Duran's probably not going to get John Duran anymore.
No.
Liam Delap, mate. I'm watching this kid. I'm like, I don't know. This would be a really nice second option to Jackson.
Another former Manchester City graduate.
Mr. Joe, get on the phone, man.
Yeah.
Yo, Joe.
That ball striking Matisse.
Yeah.
Tobes, the ball striking, bro.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny, but you mentioned him, yeah? I put him on my list before like a ball was kicked this season. I put like a players to watch list, right? He's on there, yeah, because I've known about this guy from City days. Yeah, he's Rory Delap's son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Clean finish,
heritage, man.
Bro, he strikes the ball like his dad throws it. Genuine.
That's how you know we're getting old. I remember Delap like yesterday, bro, throwing the ball far, and now his son's playing the Prem like this. It's crazy, bro.
Mate, he's actually a striker.
I just hope he has I just hope he has a good season, because I remember when the rave was all about Evan Ferguson. Yesterday was the first time he scored a goal in almost a year.
He had an injury and he was out for a while. Yeah, he was missing. But then
hey, honorable shout out to Welbeck, man, because that guy's
Welbeck and Chris Wood, man, they're just on fire.
Yeah, I would take Boniface all day.
Yeah, but Boniface.
Well, listen, we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna wrap up as well. I can't wait till next week. I can't wait. Take care of business on Wednesday. Wednesday's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. Away, night game, rotations. It's gonna be tough.
Hey, they better not ruin Morocco for me. I'm gonna be in Morocco. I need to find a shisha bar to watch the game, because I assume there's gonna be no pubs in Morocco. But we will be there, innit? We will be there.
But
I'll find a way to watch the game.
9 o'clock probably on Sunday. We will be here, and it is going to go off.
Bro.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Problem.
Guys, well, yeah. Guys, make sure you subscribe to Tobes. Link is in the description. Make sure you subscribe to Alexis. Link is in the description. Javon, link is in the description. Make sure you subscribe. And Don CFC, Don CFC. Make sure you subscribe. Link is in the description. And yeah, by the time we will sit around this little campfire again, we better have done our job, because otherwise we're gonna have a lot of extras in the comments. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm gonna say. In a bit, people. Peace.
Let's up.
Peace.